Hello, chess lovers and inviting tone. Today, we don't just have a chess match before us. Today, we are traveling to one of the most dramatic, tension-filled, and David versus Goliath stories in chess history. The year is 2023, the scorching heat of August. The location is Baku, Azerbaijan. We are at the FIDE World Cup. This tournament has the most brutal format in chess. You make one mistake, you pack your bags, and you go home. The total prize pool is exactly $1.83 million, an incredible figure. But for the players at the table, there is something more important than money: prestige and history. On one side, playing with the black pieces, is the living legend of chess, the world #1, Magnus Carlsen. At that time, he had announced he wouldn't play the World Championship match and was preparing to hand over his title. But he has one goal. The only major piece missing from his museum is this World Cup. He has put everything on the line to win it. On the other side, with the white pieces, is just an 18-year-old, the golden boy of German chess, Vincent Keymer. Very talented, very disciplined, the student of the legendary Peter Lecco. He is facing a god, but he sits at the table fearlessly. Let's see, in this 64-square battlefield, will experience prevail or the courage of youth? If you are ready, let's begin this breathtaking struggle.
Vincent Keymer starts the game with the white pieces by pushing his queen's pawn. His goal is very clear. He doesn't want to go on an adventure. With Magnus Carlsen opposite him, entering a complicated, chaotic position could be disastrous. So he builds the game on solid foundations. Black, that is Carlsen, responds by developing his knight and pushing his central pawn. We have a structure where the queen's gambit is declined, and later the pawns are exchanged, a calm structure. Let's pause here and understand the psychology. Magnus Carlsen generally loves these types of equal, calm, and seemingly boring positions, because he is the master of squeezing water from a stone. He is famous for grinding his opponents down inch by inch in 60 to 70 moves in positions that look like nothing is happening. Carlsen's plan is likely this: I'm in no rush, I will tire the youngster out, wait for him to make a mistake, and then deliver the finishing blow. White develops his pieces calmly. Bishops come out. Knights look at the center. Keymer reflects that classic, solid German school he learned from his coach Peter Lecko onto the board. He takes absolutely no risks. Carlsen, despite being black, is not content with just equalizing. He tries to create small imbalances. He jumps his knight to the edge of the board, to the h5 square. This is an aggressive idea. He wants to disturb his opponent's bishop and disrupt the pawn structure. As we reach the middle game, there is an interesting situation on the board. The queens are still on the board, and the rooks are trying to hold the open files. Both sides have castled and secured their kings. Carlsen pushes his pawns on the queen side to take the initiative with black. He is essentially saying, "I am here, and I came to win." However, Vincent Keymer responds with incredible composure despite his age. No matter what Carlsen does, Keymer finds the most correct, solid move. No panic, no rush. You can imagine Carlsen's facial expression in these minutes. There is a wall in front of him that doesn't make mistakes. Carlsen maneuvers his queen, repositions his knights. His goal is to break Keymer's concentration. He wants to make him constantly think, will he attack from here? Will a tactic emerge from there? But Keymer doesn't fall into the trap. As pieces get traded, the game simplifies. Queens are exchanged. The game is now heading towards an endgame, a finale. And we know that Magnus Carlsen is the lord of endgames. Maybe this was what he wanted, to outplay his young opponent with his experience in a queenless endgame. And here we arrive at the moment of fate. The game has turned into a rook and knight endgame. Pawn counts are essentially equal. From the outside, the position looks completely drawn. Computers give 0.00, meaning total equality. Everyone thinks this match will end in a draw, and the players will shake hands and go home. But Magnus Carlsen wants to win. And this desire to win, sometimes, even if you are the best in the world, can blind you. Carlsen pulls his knight back to the c7 square. A very natural, very innocent-looking move. He is preparing to protect his pawn and move his knight to a better spot. However, this is a mistake. It is unbelievable. The world champion, the player with the highest ELO rating in chess history, Magnus Carlsen, misses a simple tactic. This move is what we call a double question mark, a game-losing move. The moment Vincent Keymer saw this mistake, his heart probably felt like it was going to jump out of his chest. But there is no shaking of the hand. He immediately plants his knight on the d6 square, right into the heart of the enemy camp. What does this move do? Look, it attacks the f7 pawn and also threatens that undefended pawn on the queen side. Because Carlsen pulled his knight to the wrong spot, he can no longer protect his pawn. Carlsen's facial expression at that moment, devastation. He realizes he is going to lose a pawn. And at this level, especially against a technical player like Vincent Keymer, falling a pawn behind is almost a death sentence. Keymer devours the pawn. White is now a pawn up and has a passed pawn. From here on, it is an execution. Keymer plays with the precision of a machine. He brings his king to the center, slowly pushing his pawn towards becoming a queen. Carlsen resists. He hopes. Maybe he makes a mistake. Maybe his hand trembles. He jumps his knight here and there, trying to set traps. But Keymer is so close to the biggest win of his career that he has no intention of making a mistake. The pawn advances. It advances, and it becomes unstoppable. Carlsen looks at the board. He sees there is nothing left to do, and he extends his hand. He resigns. Vincent Keymer takes down Magnus Carlsen with the black pieces. The world number 1 is on the brink of being eliminated in the 4th round. This game shows us this, friends. No matter how big your name is in chess, if you lose your concentration for even a second, they will punish you. Carlsen's knight to c7 mistake is the kind that will go into chess textbooks under the title, How Carelessness Costs You Dearly. Of course, the story didn't end here. Carlsen stayed in the tournament with an incredible comeback the next day and eventually won the cup. But that day, that moment, the victory belonged to the 18-year-old German star, Vincent Keymer. Thank you for watching this tremendous struggle. See you in the next analysis. Goodbye.